As summer approaches, it's a perfect time to try something new, like a seaplane rating. A seaplane rating allows you to break free from the confines of asphalt and fly places no land plane can take you.
On the lakes, I like to say we have 360 runways. You got 360 radials, and you pick the wind direction.
Today I'm flying a Cessna 185 with Brian Skanke, owner of Adventure Seaplanes. Brian and his instructors turn out many seaplane pilots every year from their locations in Florida and Minnesota. Brian is taking me through the basic maneuvers he teaches when giving seaplane instruction, and it's a good refresher for me. I got my seaplane rating with Adventure Seaplanes 2 years ago. So we start with a normal takeoff.
Normal takeoff, usually use 20 degrees of flaps. You clear your area before takeoff. Lift your water rudders up.
Hold that all the way back, going to full power now.
And once the nose comes up and rises up, it won't come up anymore. You got to release the back pressure on the yoke and then allow the nose to come over onto what position we call the step taxi. And at that point, the airplane will accelerate on we call the slippery spot or the sweet spot of the float. And at about 45 to 50 knots, this Cessna will fly right off the water on its own.
After takeoff, the airplane flies like any other, but with a little more drag. The setup for landing is similar to flying a traffic pattern at an airport.
When I turn to final, I reduce some more power, apply 30 degrees of flaps. Obviously we do our gumps check.
Gases on both, it's good, plenty of fuel, undercarriage is up, gears up, 4 blue lights for water landing.
And fly the approach about 70 knots in the 185 Cessna. And I carry about 1,500 RPMs right to the water. Makes a nice stabilized approach. Fly it down to ground effect, 10, 15 feet above the water, level it off, bleed off an extra 15 mile per hour airspeed, and then as you start slowing down, you raise the nose about 5-degree pitch up landing for touchdown.
As part of the training, you also learn Glassy water procedures.
When you got no wind reference on the water, it's very hard for depth perception, almost like looking down into a mirror at times. So in that case, you don't know when to flare. So the technique we use for glassy water is we make a low approach over a shoreline, and we like to call that shoreline the LVR, or last visual reference point. I like to go low approach, level it out at my LVR, and it's basically you set your pitch, you have your power set, and have a lot of patience. You just wait and you descend to the water at about 150 foot a minute descent rate. As you touch water, there's quite a bit extra drag on smooth water, so you got to be prepared for that when you touch down, not to let the nose go forward.
For seaplane students, once you master the techniques, you can schedule your check ride. No written exam required, and the whole rating can be done in just a few days.
And I like to figure about 6 to 8 hours in order to cover a good average float rating. If you want to learn more, be more advanced, you can allow a couple extra hours, 8 to 10 hours, and you're going to know how to fly the float plane very well.
Then you're ready to experience the endless adventure of seaplane flying, from skimming the lakes in Florida to searching for polar bears in Canada. And a lot of fun. It is an easy one to get. You can do it in a long weekend kind of thing and have great fun. It is amazing what you can do with a seaplane, I got to tell you.
It looks like a lot of fun.
A lot of places you can go.